All in
Wait, I
favor?
forgot the hall pass.
Well, so I know y'all two were in favor, and Garth and I said I am acquiescing to.
Yeah, which is unexpected. I thought you would be interested in seeing like the end of Ray's story, like in more detail, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, sure.
But
I can always visit that character again.
Fair.
Here's my thought. I think the best game is the one that Crash is going to be the most passionate.
I
Yeah.
agree.
True. And this sounds like a very interesting concept.
It does, yeah.
It's always fun to try new angles, new approaches, new storytelling. And I
Yeah,
also happen
definitely.
to have a character idea, so I'm all set.
Although
Oh,
we
there
all
we
have
go.
to, we all have to agree. If we start going anywhere near the twins, to immediately turn around. Kirsty, trust
yeah,
us.
yeah. I mean, like I said, the gaggler was enough, okay?
Yeah.
That's the PTSD remains from the gaggler.
So we're all good. We're all good then. We're all in favor.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here's my new character. I already made the token.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie. I have been drawing art of a potential new character for the past week.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
someone
If you
from
recognize
Final
this,
Fantasy.
you're a good person. It's not
It's not.
close. It's close. Same company.
Okay. What
Ah.
Square game was you?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Ah, God. Why don't I know more Square games? It's
It's
clearly not
funny,
Chrono
really,
Trigger.
no.
The art style's completely wrong. It's what?
It's very close to Chrono Trigger. Yeah,
Is it Chrono Cross?
Chrono Cross.
Oh.
The best character from that, Glenn.
Oh, was that the? Oh, I remember. I think I remember you talking about this character. Well, don't they have like a really sad like story?
It's moderate. He was like the less good of his brother, who was left abandoned after his parents died and his brother disappeared, and has just sought to prove himself. And throughout his story, you have to kill his father and his
Yeah.
brother. It kind of sucks, but
This is the more you describe it, the worse it sounded.
you have to get him in the worst way too. So like one of your main characters is poisoned, and you literally have to say, "Sucks, nothing I can do. Bye."
Damn.
She doesn't die, but you have to make a choice most people aren't going to make to get him, and he is without a doubt the best character.
You are rewarded for making a bad decision, or not bad, but difficult.
Yeah.
I had a similar thought to you, also. I had my wife help me with the token.
My bad.
I actually like
She
how
does the Photoshop. I go burr.
I like how the white background blends in with the token,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really good.
which is very fitting for the Ouroboros.
Right?
The one thing I would change is like the scales on the outside. Take off like the white bits there. That way, it kind of like fades into like transparency a little bit.
Yeah, that'd
But
be good.
also, white and black just looks stellar right now.
Oh, do I just realised as well?
Yeah.
I think I did actually kill our campaign with the Ori token.
Oh
No!
Oh my god!
I have
To be
one
fair.
thing that I need. I need Severicides to have a Quinted Shard.
I think you could talk to Crash about that one.
Because we are level 11. That's the game over level. Ori's got a new token.
I got a new token, yeah. Yep.
We just need a Quinted Shard. Already had
We
a
already
shard
talked to
in.
Catalina. So we're adding.
Oh, I'm
Kirsty
wearing the
makes a new
Feywilds
character
too.
token. Sure.
Yeah, we're in the Feywilds. That killed the last campaign too.
So here's what I'm going to say. If we experience a shard event or a Quinted Shard, the first thing I'm going to do is grab it and chuck it as far as I can into the ocean.
Oh yeah, I will help you with such.
Gonna take this and... Alright.
Yep.
Allow me to aid you in that endeavor. Roll with advantage.
Yep.
Why did you do that? I don't know. It just felt right.
And just never talk about this again. It never happened.
Let's do a Ruhan and just close the door on that.
Oh my god, yes!
We're not,
Oh my
We're
god.
not fucking with this. We're not dealing with this. Nobody question it.
Oh, that was honestly one of my favourite parts of the whole campaign. That was so funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh.
My question is, do I want to keep? No, I don't. Because he said we could like bring the characters over potentially.
Yeah, do it.
Eh.
Assumed you were going to do that for Ori. Just because she's so new.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless you're already onto a new idea.
Not really, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's definitely like a story you could still explore with her. And considering
Yeah,
you
but it's also
unlocked so little of it. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Well, sort of like the idea as well that it's not really started yet, so it's easier just to go, you know.
That is also very true.
But although I feel like if I do make another character, it's going to be very Ori-like because I did quite like playing her.
Fair enough.
One thing I will miss is great grandfather.
Can we just keep
Sure.
it along? Like the first magic item we come across is just a talking crocodilian skull. Not crocodile. Well, yeah, it's crocodile.
Just don't question.
I don't know why, but I feel great companionship with the skull. I will give you great wisdom. I cannot.
You have
Wait,
found
hello.
a child.
There we go.
I think he's officially overtaken Styx as my favorite NPC.
Styx is a hard one to beat. I'd have to say they're at least on par with each other.
Absolutely.
Styx is pretty cool.
My top three are very, very consistent.
Yeah.
I'm back, and what's all the tokens?
We had similar thoughts.
Yeah.
Of
Preparing,
I see.
just in case.
That's fair.
I spent so much time last night just stealing getting references and making characters.
Yeah. I can give you guys this. So
We're for it.
okay, good to see.
I mean,
you.
we were saying earlier, like the signs are there. You know, it was inevitable.
Oh god, Thanos.
Very unanimous.
We just need one thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Put a Quinted Shard in Sephiroth's sword.
So fun fact about the
The
horde.
Versailles, I was telling Garth this, he doesn't have a horde.
They put it on his person somewhere.
He has pockets now.
I was
instead of chains.
contemplating this was very interesting concept of he has like an organ, a gland or of sorts, which I guess we would quote unquote digest stuff, but not like in like a normal way because that's not how Versailles consumes stuff, right? He doesn't eat, he absorbs. He breaks down and absorbs stuff, including treasure. So I was thinking that maybe Versailles in his guts somewhere has like this very peculiar intestinal gland organ that is made of like pure platinum. So I guess that would be probably equivalent to his
Are you
hoard in
saying he
terms
has
of
the
value.
worst kidney stones in the world?
I'm
That's
saying he
pretty
has some very, very, very weird capacity of having moving metal as an organ.
That's pretty dope.
And you could hide Quentin Shard there, potentially.
You guys really want a Quinted Shard? You guys want that as like the confirmation case of it's a Quinted Shard? It has to be, damn it.
It's either Quentin
Yep,
Shard
yep.
or Kirsty made a new token. One of the two.
Cursing making tokens is not campaign ending, it's just character ending.
Well, I mean, technically, one of the characters is definitely ending.
Touche, but nonetheless. I can give you guys. Okay, here's the thing. To the three of you that were in the provincial hyper narration wrap up, I actually can't do that for this campaign to the same degree, at least, because it's so like the way is too freeform for me to structure it in such a way.
You know, I don't even feel like I need it.
I can give you guys the next set of premies, and I could tell you how it would have ended. If you guys want.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear
Well,
Yeah.
alright. Well, our first bit intro to what would have happened actually begins with this. You guys remember this?
Yeah, it's a
It's only
Yeah.
like a few sessions ago.
The urn
That's a
message.
squall.
Yes.
This was actually a lot more soon than you would think.
As in jump in the water, hey.
Not that soon, but pretty soon after. Depending on which you guys went, you guys would have ran into Volter of the Heartlands, Rose's previous patron, who isn't vengeful about the new circumstance, ironically, despite being, Silverblood Hunter, Mad Stalker Sylvia. Yeah. Ironically. And you guys would have ran into your guys' Silverblood characters who are traveling with him during the endeavor. He really was truly looking just to find out what happened with you, Rose.
Well,
And if it's a wrong thing, then maybe he would smite you into oblivion, but it's not the wrong thing. It's an acceptable thing.
yeah. The funny thing is, Rose, until he appears, probably would have been operating on the assumption of, yeah, we're still working together. So then he shows up and it's like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
To be fair,
He and Catalina would be having a nice chat with them
Simple
shit-talking each other. It would be one of those cases where we could fight, but then what would happen? I kill you, you come back, you kill me, I come back? What point is there?
Yeah. They recognize, like, this is
just wasting each other's time because we both have to stay around here.
I need to talk to that one, and then I'll be on my way, and you can do whatever you want with the rest. There. If it means anything, Rose would have totally been willing to, like, try and work with them again if they'd be open to that possibility.
No, I'm afraid you are under a different, under new management. So he actually doesn't have the authority to command you to do stuff. That is the thing about the true guys. Sure, they might rival at times, but they are in concord with one another. They don't fight against each other. That's sort of what makes them, amongst many other factors, that is what makes the true gods true. They don't squabble. But after having a nice heart-to-heart chat with, oh yeah, I remember telling you guys, I think it was you, Garth, in specific, but you guys as a whole, he would have had killed and been in the midst of skinning and preparing for, a meal, a very peculiar animal, which I actually did not know was a thing. It's called a pantheon. It's actually called a pantheon.
Appropriate.
What?
It's called a pantheon. It is a white deer with purple stars on it. Here, let me go try to find the picture. I have it somewhere. There it is. Open. Copy.
Excuse me?
That's what it looks like. If it would embed.
Oh,
There.
cool.
Okay.
This is a old English thing. A pantheon.
Oh. Cool.
I don't know what a pantheon would taste like. I imagine pretty similar to venison. Maybe with a bit of zhuzh to it, maybe a bit too gamey.
Excuse me?
But yeah, he would have been in the midst of preparing a pantheon for all of you. Which again, as Fred says, it's a bit poetically fitting. And he would have told you that he knows where the emissary's house is and you guys are really close to it. If you guys had gone the wrong way, which is say if you guys went through the mire, or not the mire, the murk, that would have taken you the wrong way. That would have taken you into the Penumbra hinterlands.
Aha, that's great.
Where you guys might have run into Kavrala. Or you guys run into Casper because he just gets back there really quickly because he could just teleport around places. So on and so forth. But if you guys went through the Undertow, you guys would have run into Volter and Catalina and caught back up. I will say, because I remember, Garth, you asked me about this last time. There is nothing stopping you guys, save for morality, from running straight from the ruins and just jumping into the Undertow. There's nothing stopping you guys from doing that. You guys are 100% allowed to just book it and call it a day. Similarly,
up one Varric.
if you guys started going unconscious or dying, there's nothing stopping you guys from just chucking your friends into the Undertow and gunning to go meet them on the other side. In a much more safer environment, because the Versailles won't leave this place.
Yeah. The slight downside there is we can't really guarantee we're gonna make it to you guys in a minute.
A minute's pretty. That's a good amount of time, at least in combat rounds.
Yeah.
So, you probably would have had it. But yeah, Volter would have informed you all that you guys were very close to the Wild Fey Emissary's house. You guys could just go there. It's right over there. He would tell you the only thing of note, of incident, on the way there that you guys could pretty easily circumvent, especially with Catalina, was in a very peculiar influx or incursion. That's a better word for it, incursion of gnolls, which would really make no sense because gnolls are like dumb hyena people. They don't just show up places. And I think that would have been a background information role for some of you to know that, yeah, gnolls just appear places magically. They don't just show up like fungus or something. They don't just show up. This would have been a voidic incursion into the Feywilds. Which is where this would have come in. If you guys could parse it. Pretty quickly. Pretty quick after getting this message. I say pretty quick, it's like 5 sessions, but...
Narratively quick.
Narratively quick.
Is that it?
There would have been something amidst them, a thing they're guarding. I guess you would call it a battering ram, or not a battering ram. It's I guess you would call it the needle that let them get in here in the first place. It would have been about the length of a coffin, the width of a coffin, even. Made entirely of a very, very peculiar reflective metallic surface. Sort of like glass, sort of like metal. Sort of mirror. A lot of things. I guess it'd be more equivalent to like a silver mirror. And it will remind one of you of something, even if you don't remember it. It remind you. Where are they? Where are they? Let's see. Right. It's T because it's the. T for the. That's where I look. Where is it? It would look like that. I guess I should probably put this in my first channel, actually. It looks sort of like that. In terms of the reflective surface. The sort of visor. Or you would have met your aunt.
Oh, okay.
Sleeping in there. And this is where you guys would have a major turning point in how to fight traitors.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it actually would have been a massive thing. I would have loved to see it. Your aunt would have tried to discern who your friends are, if they were traitors or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask
Which
this
way
before
is the good option?
Which way would you guys have played? Would you guys have pretended to be traitors?
I don't know if Rose would have the energy to try that right then. But also, it's the one thing that the pool of knowledge said, hey, this could be useful. I don't know.
Would Reyes or Ruhan pretend to be traitors?
Can confirm, would not.
Okay. Well, that is the correct answer, so have no fear.
No.
Your aunt is, despite having been a traitor, anti-traitor now. Because their mission went south. And through whispers in the void, found out that it wasn't properly done. Purposely not properly done. It was purposely made sub-op.
It was sabotaged.
No, never. A traitor, exactly.
This is just trouble in Terrorist Town.
It
It's like
is,
technically
TGT.
the traitors of in Terrorist Town are the good
Exactly.
guys.
And she would have been able to catch you back up on what your family was like.
Ah,
Who you
yes. Yes.
And she will remark that so she's your aunt, quote unquote aunt. Your quote unquote uncle was successful. If you're there, then he was successful. Her husband, your uncle, was successful.
Oh, was it like a suicide mission to get her out kind of thing?
She doesn't know if it was a suicide mission, but it was definitely a mission. And this would have been a major point of discovering something. You guys would have learned how, in varying degrees, how to disrupt trader tech.
Ooh.
And this is where you would have sort of seen a new sort of thing put on the field. Straight from Prey. I love the game, even though the execution was a bit I'll bastardize and make it better myself by putting it in a fictional setting. Another fictional setting. Psionic powers. That's what Morgan Haskett, your aunt, has. She has psionic powers. And that would have been the key to disrupting trader tech. Psionic interference.
Pretty cool.
Of course, she's the only one that could do psionics. So at that point, your mission would have developed into learning psionics yourself, which would be a hell of a task, or figure out some other mechanism to deploy psionics with.
Oh, okay.
So that could have involved a number of things. I even think runic magic might have been a very interesting and esoteric way of deploying psionics, like sonic energy. Or could have just brought her back to R&D and see if the nerds there could figure out some shit. It's not like the provinces don't have a thing that has they don't have blackout bolts which turn off magic. So why not do something in a similar vein, right? There would have been a number of different avenues to take the psionic powers, but it would have been pretty interesting if you guys just learned psionic powers.
Yeah.
Kind of like a
Like, teach
mental
me.
evocation. That's pretty cool. I could definitely see that with Rune.
Yeah. So that's what Morgan Haskell would have been. So she would have been another person in your guys' entourage. As, you sort of learn about yourself. And more importantly, learn how to disrupt trader tech.
Oh, yes.
It'd literally just be a thing of a Knoll tries to run at you guys, and she just, looks at him and snaps her fingers and he blows up.
That would have been pretty,
There is a counterpoint to this. So, the Feywilds, you guys can honestly discern if just be quick on the picture there. So the Feywilds are the place of legends, quite clearly. There is urban legends in the modern day, real life.
Spider-Man?
Not Spider-Man, no. Morgan Haskett, your aunt Ori, is a legend in real life. She's a lost cosmonaut.
A lost what?
Cosmonaut. That's what they're referred to back in the day. They're the Russian astronauts. And there always was rumors and stories that they had a mission where they were sent adrift in space because their tethers got loose. And there's just some bloke out there lost to the stars looking at them as he begins to drain away his oxygen.
Oh.
That was your aunt. But instead of space, it was a void. And moreover, she was not the only one. There were two. If you remember your flashback, there were two. The other one is around as well. So I guess that one, the other one, is the lost cosmonaut. She's, I don't know, like a found cosmonaut, a recovered cosmonaut or something. The other cosmonaut, the lost one, is still around, and he would show up eventually. And he is... So she's a person that can use psionics, and she's, sentient and, capable and stuff like that. Then the other one... once you take off the suit and the helmet, is also a psionic monster. Except he's one that's insane.
That's pretty cool art.
It
It's great
is.
art. I don't know when he would have shown up. Maybe at some point you guys might have even taunted or goaded him into fighting traitors for you. You guys can manipulate that strategically. But he would have shown up. And I think your aunt would have made a very big point of putting him down, because that's the least he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be neither here nor there. You guys would have gone to the emissary's house afterwards with +1 relative in tow. And you guys would have enjoyed the lap of luxury amidst the Feywilds. You guys might have actually ran into Chetamir. I was definitely entertaining that option. And I probably would have gone through with it. You guys would have met Garth's previous character, and you would have met Anella, you would have met Danny, and so on. Anella's sister, the wild Fey emissary, and her singular sibling.
Why'd you emphasize singular like that?
Because that's a really important thing about Anella and Danny, is they find solace with one another. That was a major character point for both of them. That's the main reason why Anella became a Fae. And that's also, ironically, the reason why Danny became a Fae. Probably, or maybe not the only reason, but definitely was the most predominant reason. I can't imagine losing my sister, so I'll become immortal too. That was a big thing about the characters. You guys would have, of course, had to leave, as luxurious as the place was. And I think with the fact that there's a Quinta chart here in the Feywilds, this would have been where Sir Grayson bids you guys adieu. But he would tell you, all of you, you in particular, Ori, that you only need to call him. He would have given you, not his true name, because that's really powerful, but he would have given you guys a way to summon him. In the form of a singular branch. A pine branch. You merely have to bury in the ground, and he will appear. You won't be able to stay for long. An hour tops. Well, an hour and a minute tops.
Nah.
But he will appear.
What do we do with Relkirk?
Well, Relker will just come with you. You guys sort of fucking owe me now, so I gotta go with you.
How do we owe him?
You own me.
Own. Ah, I misheard. Gotcha. Cool. Sweet.
Yeah, so Relker would just follow you guys around places. So if you guys ever went back to Driftweaver's Bay, he'd just be there with like all these stupid fucking normies.
All these
Oh god.
All these Mortys up in here. What you gonna do? Die? You die too. Yeah, but I'll die as lately. And you guys would have gone to your destination, your guys' Stone Giant Outpost. So. Your guys' ranger friend, your custody ranger friend, did say that until they get new orders, they won't, like, attack or follow you. And he did tell you the truth. Until they get new orders, to do otherwise, they won't. That being said, there are people that are just assholes for no apparent reason.
Yes.
Yes. This one particular asshole is named Deimos. This is the guy Varric wants to, for any number of methods or reasons, put in the ground forever.
I guess the Annihilation Golem has a priority target.
He would have been at the Stone Giant Outpost.
Yeah.
Because it would have been the best place. Because they knew exactly where you guys were going. Thanks, Fia. He would have just been sitting there, because a Stone Giant Outpost, underground, massive buildings, in the dark, it would have been the perfect place to set up a sniper position. I'm sure you're wondering, what is up with the Stone Giant Outpost? Why was it quarantined? What was up with it? And it would have been a very, very harrowing concept for you guys to as characters to get a grasp on. It is a mimetic virus. If you don't know what that translates to, if you know about it, you're infected. So you guys would have had to piece out the scraps and remnants of those that were left behind as they tried to describe what it is without saying what it is and unveiling what it is without ever, because that would cause you to be infected as well. It is an idea virus. It is a knowledge virus.
That reminds me of that movie where the language is infected.
What movie is that?
Oh, darling. What was the movie where language was infected?
Viral.
Isn't that a bit for quiet for Metal Gear Solid 5?
Is that a thing?
I think so.
I
Yeah,
never
that's
played
why
Metal
she's
Gear.
quiet all the time, because she has like a disease with her, and if she speaks a language you understand, you suddenly get it. I think.
Is that really why?
At least that's what I remember. I didn't really play the game.
Kojima was on that good stuff, man.
It was on that good stuff.
Pontypool is the name of the movie.
What's it called?
What was it?
Pontypool.
Pontypool.
Pontypool?
It's
I
a
need to
good
type
concept. Look up at that.
Here, I'll
Oh,
link
yeah,
to you
yeah,
an
yeah.
IMDb title here. 1 second. Boom.
Cool, he thinks it's new there.
Oh, Ponty. I thought you said Haunty. I was like, what the fuck's a Haunty? I guess a Pontypool is not